Have you ever wondered why your legs often feel heavy? Or why your ankles seem slightly swollen by the end of the day? Even though you eat healthily, stay lightly active, and do your best to take care of your health? You're not lazy, and your body isn't betraying you. But there might be a more silent cause at play, and it could be sitting right on your plate in the form of vegetables you've always believed were good for you. Many people over 60 are silently dealing with joint pain, leg fatigue, and difficulty walking without realizing that some of the so-called super healthy vegetables they eat might be harming their joints. The issue isn't that you're not eating enough, it's that you might be eating the wrong things. In today's video, I'll share 7 vegetables that seem harmless, but could be weakening your legs a little more each day. If you care about your health and the freedom to move with ease, stay with us until the end. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe so we can continue walking this journey together in future videos. Let's get started. Number 7. Tomatoes, a friendly face that might be a silent culprit. Tomatoes have long been praised as a symbol of fresh, healthy eating. They appear in nearly every dish, from salads and soups to rich pasta sauces. But for some people, especially after age 60, tomatoes may no longer be a friend to your knees. The reason lies in a natural compound called solanine, part of the alkaloid family. Solanine can contribute to calcium buildup in soft tissues around the joints, particularly the knees, ankles, and toes. When calcium accumulates beyond what the body can process, it doesn't just reduce flexibility, it can also trigger inflammation, pain, and joint swelling over time. For individuals already showing signs of arthritis, consuming too many tomatoes, especially when cooked with skin and seeds, may worsen symptoms. Many people describe morning knee stiffness or a feeling of their legs being tightened after a tomato-heavy dinner, without realizing that the culprit might be hiding in a familiar dish. This doesn't mean everyone needs to completely cut out tomatoes, but if you frequently experience swelling or discomfort in your knees or ankles with no clear cause, pausing tomato consumption for a few weeks and observing your body's response could be an important first step in managing your pain. Number 6. Eggplant, a familiar dish but not so friendly to your joints. Eggplant, with its glossy skin, tender sweetness, and hearty texture when cooked, has become a staple ingredient in many meals for older adults. However, behind its seemingly healthy appearance lies a hidden factor that not everyone is aware of, especially if you're living with arthritis. Like tomatoes, eggplants belong to the nightshade family and contain a natural compound called solanine. Solanine is naturally present in many vegetables and is generally harmless for most people. But for those with a sensitive system or existing joint inflammation, this compound can become a silent accomplice in worsening pain and swelling. According to some studies, in people with arthritis, solanine may trigger an overreaction of the immune system, leading to increased inflammation in joints such as the knees, ankles, and fingers. Some individuals report that their pain worsens noticeably just a few days after eating roasted eggplant or eggplant stews. What's concerning is that this reaction is often subtle and builds up over time. You might not feel anything immediately after eating, but days later, your legs may feel sluggish, your knees may be stiff when getting up, or your back pain may be more persistent than usual. For those with an aging immune system, this reaction becomes even more likely. If you've ever suspected that your aches are due to the weather or just getting older, try going 1 week without eggplant and let your body speak. Many people notice clear improvement, and sometimes a small change is all it takes to walk through each day with greater ease. Number 5. Spinach, a superfood. That's not always super for your joints. Spinach, known for being rich in iron, vitamins, and antioxidants, is a common ingredient in green smoothies, summer salads, and wellness meals. However, behind that shiny reputation lies a lesser-known truth, especially for people over 60 who are dealing with joint pain, inflammation, or gout. Spinach contains a high amount of oxalates, a natural compound that can bind with minerals like calcium and iron in the body, forming insoluble crystals. When you consume large amounts of raw spinach or uncooked smoothies, the high oxalate levels may reduce calcium absorption, making your bones more fragile and your joints more vulnerable. At the same time, oxalates can also bind to iron, limiting its absorption and leading to fatigue and poor circulation. Some individuals are so sensitive to oxalates that these crystals begin to accumulate in joints or soft tissues, causing dull pain, mild swelling, or persistent aches, similar to symptoms of arthritis or mild gout. While there is no definitive proof that spinach causes gout, people with the condition or a history of it should be cautious, as spinach contains purines, which may worsen flare-ups when combined with a poorly managed diet. Additionally, spinach contains goitrogens, compounds that can interfere with thyroid function when consumed raw in large quantities, especially in those with an underactive thyroid. When the thyroid slows down, metabolism drops, circulation is reduced, and as a result, your legs may feel heavier or tire more easily, even with light movement. If you've been counting on your morning green smoothie to stay youthful and healthy, listen to your body. Are your knees feeling stiffer? Are your legs unusually tired? It may be time to reduce raw spinach intake and switch to lower oxalate vegetables like cooked Swiss chard or bok choy. And if you have thyroid issues or gout, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor, because sometimes better health starts by rethinking something you thought was harmless. Number 4. Garlic. Good, but only when used in the right amount. Garlic has long been considered a natural antibiotic with many remarkable benefits, boosting immunity, supporting heart health, and fighting inflammation. Many people over 50 have made garlic a daily habit, eating it raw, crushing and drinking it, or infusing it with honey for morning use. However, even though garlic is a healthy food, more is not always better, especially for those dealing with joint issues, digestive sensitivity, or blood conditions. Fresh garlic contains high levels of sulfur compounds, which are the main agents behind its anti-inflammatory and antibacterial effects. But these same compounds are also responsible for garlic's strong odor and pungent taste. When cooked, the sulfur content decreases significantly, so if you consume raw garlic regularly, side effects like bad breath, throat irritation, or nausea can easily occur. Another important consideration is garlic's natural blood-thinning property. In moderate amounts, about 1 clove a day for adults, this can benefit cardiovascular health. But if overconsumed, or if you're taking blood thinners or preparing for surgery, too much garlic may increase the risk of bleeding, bruising, and slow wound healing. When it comes to digestion, garlic contains a group of compounds called fructans, often the main reason people feel bloated, gassy, or experience dull abdominal pain after eating it. For those with sensitive guts or irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, fructans ferment easily in the colon, producing gas and discomfort. People with acid reflux may also find that raw garlic triggers heartburn, nausea, or chest tightness. Additionally, garlic can sometimes overstimulate the immune system in older adults, causing low-grade, prolonged inflammation in soft tissues around the joints, especially the knees and ankles. If you've ever noticed your legs feeling a bit swollen or unusually heavy after meals rich in raw garlic, it could be your body's subtle warning. Garlic is still a valuable food, but the key is listening to your body and using it wisely. Instead of eating it raw every day, try lightly cooking garlic in your meals, or pairing it with gentler herbs like ginger or turmeric. That way, you can enjoy garlic's benefits without putting stress on your digestion, circulation, or joints. Number 3. Bell peppers. Bright in color, but may silently burn away your joint flexibility. Bell peppers, with their eye-catching red, yellow, and orange colors, are often seen as symbols of freshness, rich in vitamins, and perfect for a healthy lifestyle. Many older adults choose bell peppers to add color and natural sweetness to their meals. But behind that vibrant appearance are a few things you should consider, especially if you're dealing with joint issues or osteoporosis. Like tomatoes and eggplants, bell peppers belong to the nightshade family and contain natural compounds like solanine and capsaicin. For younger people, these compounds may have little effect, but for those over 60, when the immune system becomes more sensitive and joints begin to weaken, they can silently trigger inflammatory responses, especially in the knees and ankles. That heavy feeling in your legs, joint pain in the afternoon, or fatigue after climbing stairs may not be due to age, but possibly from the bell pepper-rich salad you had for lunch. For those living with osteoporosis, bell peppers may not be the best choice. Some compounds in peppers, though not yet extensively studied, have been noted to potentially affect bone density negatively, interfere with mineral absorption, and stimulate inflammatory reactions in bone tissue. This can make symptoms of osteoporosis or osteoarthritis more noticeable over time, particularly if bell peppers are eaten frequently without balancing them with other vegetables. Capsaicin, the compound responsible for the mild heat in peppers, also has a lesser-known side effect. It stimulates nerve endings and increases blood flow to inflamed areas, making pain sensations more pronounced. For those already experiencing chronic joint inflammation, this doesn't soothe, it can intensify the discomfort. Not everyone needs to eliminate bell peppers from their diet. But if you've started noticing mild swelling in your legs, joint pain when shifting positions, or unusual fatigue after meals that include bell peppers, try cutting back. Switching to gentler vegetables like zucchini, cooked carrots, or steamed broccoli may help you feel a noticeable difference in your daily movement. Sometimes, even a small dietary adjustment can make your steps feel lighter on the journey ahead. Number 2. Kale, a superfood. That's not for every meal. Kale has long been praised as a superfood, rich in vitamins K and C, calcium, and antioxidants. It often appears in raw salads, green juices, and is a popular choice for those aiming to eat healthy after age 50. But the truth is, not everybody adapts well to kale, especially when it's consumed raw and too frequently. For older adults, the digestive system becomes less agile, and consistently loading it with raw leafy greens like kale, which contains high amounts of insoluble fiber, can lead to bloating, indigestion, or prolonged gas. Experts recommend that if you enjoy raw kale salads, limit them to just 1 to 2 times per week, and opt for lightly cooked versions to ease the burden on your stomach. One often overlooked concern is that kale contains compounds called goitrogens, which can interfere with thyroid function if eaten in large quantities over time. This is especially important for those with thyroid issues, such as hypothyroidism, because when the thyroid slows down, metabolism decreases, leading to water retention, fatigue, and a heavy feeling in the legs. Some people over 60 have noticed gradual leg weakness without understanding why until they adjusted their intake of raw vegetables, particularly kale. Additionally, kale contains a significant amount of oxalates, compounds that can bind with calcium in the body to form insoluble crystals. This not only blocks calcium absorption needed for healthy bones and joints, but can also lead to crystal buildup in soft tissues around joints, causing soreness, mild inflammation, or a grinding sensation with movement. If you're eating kale every day in smoothies or raw salads, try switching to alternatives like cooked Swiss chard, lightly steamed spinach, or bok choy. Sometimes, cooking your vegetables isn't just old wisdom. It may be the key to helping your legs stay strong and your steps feel lighter each day. Number 1. Corn, a familiar food that may silently worsen arthritis. If you're living with arthritis or often feel pain and swelling in your knees, ankles, or finger joints, corn may no longer be your friendly companion. Joint health experts note that corn and corn-based products, especially sticky corn varieties, processed cereals, corn cakes, or corn porridge, contain compounds that can trigger allergic responses in sensitive individuals, which in turn promote inflammation within the body. For those already struggling with arthritis, this becomes even more concerning, as the joint lining, already sensitive, can become more swollen and painful after consuming corn. Another often overlooked factor is that corn falls into the category of high glycemic foods. When digested quickly, it can cause a sudden spike in blood sugar levels. This fluctuation not only disrupts hormones and energy balance, but also triggers the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines, which can worsen joint stiffness and heaviness, especially in the morning or after light activity. Moreover, processed corn products often come with unhealthy fats, especially when included in items like corn fritters, fried snacks, or dishes mixed with butter and cheese. These fats raise blood lipid levels and, over time, impair blood flow to the joints, leading to more aches, numbness, and discomfort in vulnerable areas like the knees and feet. Even people without arthritis may notice their legs feeling heavy as lead, or their joints cracking if they consume a lot of corn in one day and remain inactive. That's your body's way of signaling that even the most familiar foods should be chosen and adjusted carefully according to your stage of health. If you're undergoing arthritis treatment or suspect you're sensitive to corn-based dishes, try eliminating them from your meals for a few weeks. Instead, prioritize easier-to-digest starches like sweet potatoes, millet, oats, or brown rice. These alternatives can help your body feel lighter, not just in the gut, but also in the knees that need daily care and protection. Thank you for watching until the end of today's video. I hope the information shared has helped you better understand how certain vegetables, though seemingly harmless, can impact joint and bone health as you move past age 50. Always listen to your body, and don't hesitate to adjust your diet so your legs feel lighter and your knees stay more flexible each day. Wishing you continued health, peace of mind, and confidence as you enjoy every step in life. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel to stay connected with us.